Welcome back to another episode of the MB podcast. But today I am coming to you a little upset. I had a nice Sunday, like probably the rest of you, watching football all day long. And it came the time at around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is about the end of the third quarter of the Washington football team versus Eagles game, when the Eagles head coach Doug Peterson decides to yank four-time starting QB Jalen Hurts from the game for third stringer Nate Sudfeld. Now, I read something that said Al Michaels was told by Doug Peterson Jalen Hurts was going to be pulled from the game in the fourth quarter. And if I'm Al Michaels, I'm hearing that like, what? And, maybe it makes sense because the game doesn't mean anything for the Eagles. But Jalen Hurts needs reps too, right? He's a rookie. It's his fifth game starting as the quarterback. It's not a lot of experience. I mean, he could definitely use the reps too. So go to the actual game and Jalen Hurts gets pulled after attempting a 4th and goal from the 7 or 8 yard line in a 17-14 game, and Doug Peterson passes up the opportunity to kick a field goal, tie the game, going into the fourth quarter. Instead, he wants to go for it on 4th and 8. I mean, the odds of getting a 4th down conversion are probably 50%, maybe 50 to 60%, but that's on like 4th and 2, 4th and 1. This was a 4th and 8 when you could just kick the field goal and tie the game. And that's obvious. That's obvious. Easy decision. And Doug Peterson just said, nope, I want to go for it. So you see on the screen that right here, Jalen Hurts didn't play well. He was 7 for 20 for 72 yards, a pick, and a sack with a QBR of 44.5. Those numbers they're bad. They're not good. And, looking at his previous performances against teams like the Saints, you would expect a little bit better from him. But if this game doesn't mean anything, why not just leave him in the game and let him get the game experience of playing in a fourth quarter in a tight football game? But Doug Peterson goes, Jalen, you're done. We're going to put in the third stringer, Nate Sudfeld, who threw a pick within his first 4 passing attempts. And then the next drive, he proceeds to lose a fumble. So the Eagles ended up losing 20-14, giving the Washington football team the division title. The Eagles had no chance to win the title in the first place coming into the game. The Giants won their game against the Cowboys, and for them to win the title, they needed the Eagles to beat the Washington football team. And everybody knew this. I bet the Eagles knew it too. And I hope they didn't do it just to get the Giants to not win. I would hope not. But this whole story and scenario has tank written in big red letters across the board. I am upset because this compromises the game of football. It compromises sports in general, and it compromises integrity. Sports is the most beautiful representation of competition on planet Earth. It's meant to bring out everybody's competitive spirit and fight until the very end to determine a winner. And what I saw in the fourth quarter was, it was so blatantly obvious that the Eagles were trying to lose this game. Now let's think about why the Eagles want to lose this game. One, they get a better draft pick. I think it was, if they win, they got 9th. If they lost, they got 6th. And that could be a big deal, especially in a pretty stacked draft, the way this draft is about to pan out. Doug Peterson made some really, really questionable play calls down the stretch of this game, and it's a 6-point game. It's a winnable game. Obviously, it's not a large margin of victory. And you put in a quarterback that has virtually no experience with a QBR of 2.4. Now, for those who don't know football, you have to try to get a QBR that bad. He was 5 for 12, 32 yards, 1 pick, 2 sacks, and a fumble. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. This game wasn't pretty anyway, but what the Eagles did made it was sad. It was really sad. I watched ESPN this morning, and Dan Orlovsky is a former football player. He said it exactly right. It's a mockery of the sport of football. These are my words now. This is just an insult to every player and every coach who was not involved in the decision to tank. But honestly, I feel bad for Eagles fans. If I'm an Eagles fan, I've come to grips with the fact that I'm not going to make the playoffs. But trying to lose a game, it's just wrong. I understand I'm a Falcons fan, right? So I don't hope yesterday the Falcons played the Bucs, they got whipped. I obviously the Falcons are going to benefit from a loss because they're going to get a better draft pick. They got the 4th pick in the draft. But I don't want to try to lose because that's just stupid. It doesn't help anybody, and honestly, it's just a waste. It's a waste of a week of practice and prep. If I'm out there, if I'm a player trying to get 2 sacks to get a $500,000 bonus, and my coach comes and says, hey, don't rush hard. I want you to just put some pressure and then back off into coverage. What am I going to do? That's basically my coach saying, hey, I really don't want you to get your bonus, so I'm going to tell you to do the exact opposite. I read a tweet from Torrey Smith. It was last night. It was last night after the game, and somebody tweeted at Torrey Smith, hey, how do you feel about this? And Torrey Smith goes, I'm not at all surprised, because Torrey Smith is a former wide receiver for a bunch of teams. He said, I've heard coaches intentionally hold out guys who are trying to get their incentives. And that hurt me, because I'm not a professional athlete, but I can imagine if I had 29 points, if I'm a 13-year-old kid, I've dropped 30 once. But if I'm a 13-year-old kid with 29 points and my coach sits me the entire 4th quarter of the game and doesn't let me try to get 30 points, I'm going to feel pretty bad about it. So imagine these guys who might be on their last contract year, who might not be getting the millions of dollars that the big guys are. Imagine they're getting a $250,000 incentive bonus for 100 tackles on the year, and he's on 98. And coach goes, no, I'm going to sit you. I can't imagine being that guy, because I would be so hurt. I'd be royally pissed off. That hurts to even think about. So, bottom line, Eagles tanked. They insulted the game of football. They wasted everybody's time. Players, coaches, fans. They wasted everybody's time. And I've heard rumors about Doug Peterson being rumored to come back to be the coach next year of the Eagles. And I think that's just dumb. I would never want a coach that tries to lose to be my leader. Nope. I saw a video clip of Jalen Hurts.
That ain't right. And well, of course.
Right there. This is from the fumble. Right there. Jalen Hurts mouths the words, "It's not right." Let's play it again.
And well, of course.
Jalen Hurts is a certified winner. Everywhere he's gone, he's won. He went to Alabama, as you guys know. He won 1 or 2 national titles. He then transferred to Oklahoma and went to the college football playoff. He got drafted by the Eagles. He came in for Carson Wentz, and he whooped the Saints. So wherever he goes, he knows how to win. And to see a guy like that he's a competitive person. And he said it's not right. And that shows you that the players had no idea that they were going to go out and try and lose that game. Jalen Hurts was pulled from the game without knowing it. I don't like it. I don't like it. If I'm Philadelphia, if I'm the city of Philadelphia, I will not welcome Doug Peterson back into the Eagles organization, because that's not how I would want my leader to act. I don't care if the season's over. I try to win every game. I try to win every single game, no matter what. If I'm down 70 in the fourth quarter, I'm not going to try and lose. I'm not going to turn the ball over every time. Yeah, if I'm the Falcons play the Bucks. The Bucks needed to win to secure a 5 seed. For the Falcons, this game literally meant nothing. And the Falcons were down 20 to 3 in the second quarter. What did they do? They came back within 3 points. It was 23 to 20. They didn't just throw in the towel and give up. They got whooped in the end, but at least they tried to win the game. Because nobody. I played sports all my life. I hate to lose. And for a professional football team who makes millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars a year to purposely lose, that hurts me, and I haven't played a competitive sport in like 5 years. And so just to purposely lose, it's just wrong. That would not sit right with me. And I hope it's not sitting right with Doug Peterson, because this was just the wrong decision yesterday. It was wrong in every way. And I'm upset for everybody who is involved. If I'm Washington, I'm happy about a division title, but I'm not happy about how I won it in that last game. Because if I'm them, I know that they sent out their C team. They had their A team for 3 quarters, but the Eagles could have easily won this game. Easily. If they kept the players in that they should have to try to win the game. So, shame on the Eagles. More specifically, shame on Doug Peterson. I'm not going to blame all the Eagles, because I guarantee they didn't want to lose that game. Shame on Doug Peterson for purposely tanking and losing the game. I want to thank you guys for listening. Be sure to check out the YouTube version if you're listening. Be sure to check out the Spotify version if you're watching. I'm excited for Super Wildcard Weekend, for the 6 games we got lined up over the weekend, and I'm excited to maybe do a show about that next week. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This has been the MV Podcast, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.